Because James was still at the works, Remembrance had to stay on solo a while longer and do his work. She got to meet more of the engine she had heard from the books, even some she'd never heard of before. One day, she was sent to Brendam Docks to pick up a train of China clay bound for the mainland.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a riot! Shh, shall I hear you? So, what's the plan, Bill? How are we gonna trick the newcomer?
Me? I thought you thought that by now.
Hey, you're the one that always comes up with these pranks.
Well, excuse me for not thinking of everything all the time.
Oh, if you don't think of something quick, I will.
Good luck with that.
Got you too good. Maybe next time, try actually having your prank ready ahead of time.
An excellent point there, Bill.
Alright, you two. Enough messing around. You got the good train to get ready. Come on, off you go.
Maybe now we can do some brainstorming. Hey, Ben?
My apologies about those two, mate. They can be a little rambunctious at times. Well, most of the time, actually.
Oh, it's all good, Salty. My drivers read the books to me, so I knew what to expect from them. I mean, even I've needed a bit of guidance here and there, especially back when I was a tank engine.
Ah, so you've known about this before, yeah? Wait, did you say you used to be a tank engine?
Yep, long time ago. Then I got converted to the engine you see before you. Shall I tell you about it?
I can never turn down a good old tale of the sea, me hearty.
Well, it's not exactly a tale of the sea, but I like the sound of that. Captain. The year was 1934, when my siblings and I worked on the Southern Railway. Besides myself, there was, there was Cudworth, Trevithick, Beatty, Stroudley, Hackworth, and Stevenson. We would spend our days pulling expresses between London and Brighton. We were proud of this, me and Stroudley in particular. We would talk endlessly about our runs and how great we were at them.
Alright, you two, we get it. You're great express engineers. But you do realise we all pull express trains, don't you?
Yes, brother, I'm aware of that. No need to be such a downer.
He's not wrong, Remembrance. You may have been named in honour of those fallen soldiers in the Great War, but it makes you no different than the rest of us. You pull the same trains we pull, and sleep in the same shed as us.
One night, on a cool, brisk September, our manager came to the sheds with some news that would no doubt change our lives.
Evening, engines. Now, you've all been doing great work recently. We're proud of you. But times are changing.
Well, you know us, sir. Always ready for life's greatest changes.
Good, because our chief engineer, Richard Munsell, is keen to rebuild you all for a new era. So you are each to be converted into tender engines within the next few years or so.
Naturally, we met this news with acclamation.
However, I can only spare one of you at a time. Stevenson, you'll be the first to undergo the conversion.
Me? Become a tender engine? But I couldn't possibly.
Come, we'll take you to the shops first thing tomorrow.
I couldn't understand why Stevenson was chosen to go first instead of me. And I still don't, actually. And being the proud engine I was, I couldn't help but make that quite clear. I'm just saying, if manager had just picked me, I could show you all how it's done. Being the pride of the line and all that.
Come on, Remembrance, my dear, it's not always about you.
At least we'll be spared of old Stevenson's misery for the next few months.
I heard that.
A very good point indeed, Stroudley, my dear. To be fair, Stroudley was right. While Stevenson was in the works being overhauled, we were all glad not to have him around for a while. At least we didn't have to hear him complain about everything 24/7. But then, after several months, out of the works chuffed the moment we'd all been waiting for.
Wow, is that a new engine? Marvellous sight, I must say.
Marvelous! I think you mean, now that's how you make a steam engine.
I don't know about this, guys. What if we were to, say, overheat or fall apart or run a hot axle box? I think the chief might be making a terrible mistake.
And here he goes, being paranoid again.
Oh, shut up. Did it ever occur to you that this whole modernisation thing might be getting a bit, I don't know, out of hand?
Relax, Stevens. You won't know for sure how your rebuild will hold up until you've at least pulled your first train. Who knows? Maybe the trial will go without a hitch and Mornsel will have made the right decision.
Well, that last trial run couldn't have gone more horribly. After we stopped at the last station before the return journey, my driver and fireman came and lashed out at me because they thought I was bouncing them around in my cab. The driver even had the nerve to call me a bucking bronco and said he'd gladly give up his career if it meant never having to drive me again.
But what about the passengers? Didn't they at least have a comfortable ride?
What does it matter? My own crew doesn't want to work with me anymore. Is this what the chief wanted? To change us so that we'd ultimately be out of commission?
I'd say it's a stroke of bad luck, more likely. Might happen to anyone with such a low self-esteem. Never mind. Once my rebuild's finished, no one will have a bad thing to say about me. Certainly not my own crew. And wouldn't you know it, I would be the next to undergo the conversion. At first, it was kind of exciting. But I was so glad when it was over and I could finally get back to work.
Well, well, well. Look who finally got out of the workshop.
Oh, I know. Don't I look ravishing, brother?
Stunning. Oh, and in case you're wondering, no, they didn't put me out of service, thank God, Red. I'd merely been put on something called an interregional train, so my crew won't have to deal with any more rough riding.
Oh, you poor baby. What a shame you've been reduced to regular old passenger duties. But don't fret. If you couldn't uphold our class's prestigious image, at least someone here can.
Good luck, Professor Pratt.
And, as expected, the journey was off to a good start. I was having the time of my life, and so were my passengers. They were practically singing my praises as I went. Well, what do you know? Pulling the express just got easier. Bucking bronco, indeed. I don't know what Stevenson was talking about.
Whoa!
I know, right, driver? Isn't this exciting?
Slow down, Remembrance! Slow down!
Slow down? Nonsense! We're going to be late, other. Well, driver, what are you doing? What's the meaning of this? Have you gone mad, driver? You can't just stop in the middle of the line. You of all people should know how dangerous that is.
Oh, shut up! You were just bouncing the fireman and I around like popcorn kernels in a kettle. You could have injured us both. You...
Bucking bronco?
Sounds about right. In that case, I'm not driving you any further.
But you have to. Think of the passengers.
They're your problem now. If you're gonna rough ride along the line like that, I want no part of it. Come on, Winston.
And just like that, my driver and fireman just left me and my passengers stranded in the middle of the main line. The passengers all stuck their heads out of the coach windows, first shouting to me, for God's sake, what a bad railway it was.
Hello, Remembrance. So, how has upholding our prestigious image been going?
Fine. Just fine. You know you're the pride of the railway when your own crew leaves you stranded, so that another engine has to come rescue you.
Well, so much for them having nothing but good things to say about you. Ah well, I'd better get you and your train running again before someone rams into the back of it.
I expected him to laugh at me, or at the very least scold me. But I was a bit surprised that he did neither of those things.
Laugh at you? This isn't the time for teasing, Remembrance. We must make up for lost time here.
Stevenson, can't you go a little faster?
Sorry, Remembrance. This is as fast as I can go without bouncing my driver and fireman about.
Oh. Look, brother, I'm sorry I was rude to you. I only wanted to do our class proud, that's all. I didn't think that rough riding incident of yours could happen to me.
Neither did Cudworth. But he was right about one thing.
Just like the rest of you lot? That we sleep in the same sheds and hold the same trains?
And our crews don't like us anymore for the same reason.
Yeah, that too. But, at least it's now easier for us to pull heavier trains.
I beg to differ there.
We ended up finishing the journey late. But at least I'd learned that day not to be so full of myself. And Stevenson and I had become firm friends ever since.
Yeah, that'd be a fine little tale there. By the way, what of your other siblings? Were they rebuilt too?
Oh, of course they were. They ended up teasing me about my incident. Except for Cudworth. But the same thing would happen to all of them too. So, we all got taken off express duties and put on regular interregional trains, so our crews wouldn't be shaken about. I knew my crew wouldn't. They were arrested for breaking Rule 55. Oh, that's my goods train now. I must be off. Lovely to meet you, Salty.
The feeling's mutual, Beate.
Come on! Come on! Stupid trucks! Move it!
Neither Remembrance nor Salty realized while she'd been telling her story, the twins had found a trick to play on her.
Keep trying, Remembrance. You'll get 'em moving. Eventually, she might be good. But if only she knew our trucks like we do.